It's the Andy Griffith Show, facts and trivia, with your host, Bob Snap.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Andy Griffith Show, facts and trivia. Appreciate you stopping by. Before we get started, I want to talk about yesterday's trivia question, okay? I know it was Gomer instead of Goober. It was a typo. The problem is if I have to go back in there and redo the whole question, so I'm not going to do that. I got way too much stuff to do today, so I apologize for that. But the answer to the question was right. It was Floyd was not part of the Mayberry Knot Tying Club. So there you go. But thanks for pointing it out. I'd never even caught it that I did that if you hadn't pointed it out. Today's video, Ron Howard on his complicated relationship with the Andy Griffith Show theme song. Ron Howard and his brother Clint's memoir, The Boys, is out for quite a while, actually. And among many of the revelations shared by the siblings for their decades in the entertainment industry were Ron's memories of the Andy Griffith Show. Here's what the actor and filmmaker had to say about his love-hate relationship with the theme song from the still popular comedy. From the age of 6 until he was 14, Ron Howard spent many of his formative years in the fictional town of Mayberry. He played the sheriff's son, Opie Taylor, and told the Television Academy Foundation how the name his character came about, offering some little-known background information about the name. The name came from a band leader in the 1940s who used to tour the South, Howard said. Andy particularly admired this band leader, so I think he suggested the name. About how Opie was. Howard said, I was a sheriff's son growing up. Mother had passed away, but looking to Aunt B as a sort of a mother figure, mostly leaning on my father, my Paul. In his recent published memoir with his brother, Ron shared his very honest thoughts on the Griffith Show theme song and how it followed him around all these decades. I've had a complicated relationship with the famous whistled theme song. The Beautiful Mind director wrote, by and large, I regard it positively. It revokes fond memories of Andy's warmth and the joy that we took in working together. But there were times in my life when that damn song was the bane of my existence. I'd be in a public place, ball cap pulled down low, calling no attention to myself, but when I'd hear a faint version of the tune tooting from someone's lips, and that's when I knew that I'd been made. Even worse, Ron added that it was a borderline cruel bullying he endured from classmates because of his past role on television. In school, I would sometimes be at my locker, minding my own business, trying to find a homework assignment that I had misplaced. When behind me, I'd hear whistling along with the derisive laughter, and that's when I knew that I was being mocked for some jerk's amusement. The filmmaker noted that the classic television series would always hold a special place in his life and heart. When it came to an end in '68, CBS threw the cast a big wrap party to celebrate the show and its actors. A teenager by this point, Howard wrote that he came to the painful realization at the event. He said all the men and women with whom I'd worked with since the age of 6 in front of and behind the camera were there, he recalled. I was 14 and determined not to cry. Then Andy announced to the microphone that he wanted to speak. I want to thank y'all for your good work, he said. You didn't just make a successful TV show. You brought the town of Mayberry to life. In doing that, you brought my childhood to life again, week after week. I can't tell you what that means to me. At this, I started to lose the emotional battle. Andy's words jolted me, making me recognize something that I had not yet come to terms with. My boyhood had taken place here on this soundstage. I started weeping inconsolably in front of everyone. It was so embarrassing. Thankfully, Howard's mother was on hand to give him the needed perspective that although a big part of his current life was ending, it's also the start of a new beginning and the next promising part of his life. It almost sounds like the kind of wisdom that Sheriff Taylor would have passed along to his son. I think he had really cool parents, really good parents. How many child stars come out as good as he did and his brother? Not very many, because a lot of them have these backstage parents that, are there for the buck and, they're going to use their kid for whatever. And my kid, very talented. I wouldn't take him to Hollywood for $1 million. Ain't no way, because they would ruin him. I've seen it too many times. Anyway, all I got for you here. Hope you'll please check out classic rural comedies, facts, and trivia. And as soon as I find it, I'll tell you what it's about, I promise. It is on Gomer Pyle, Jim Nabors, and how he said that Andy Griffith was probably the biggest role model that he had for entertaining. Classic TV facts and trivia. That's another doozy to find here. Frank Burns. Even Larry Linville, who played Frank Burns, hated Frank Burns. Classic rock and country music facts and trivia. This I did not know until today. Elvis Presley apparently hated to fly. He would take a customized double-decker bus when he had to go from Memphis to Los Angeles. Had his own private jet, too. Faith Entertainment is on Charlie Daniels Band and how he changed the lyrics to some of his songs because of his Christian faith. And his bigger songs. It was actually one of his biggest, actually. Good man he was. All I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please like this video. I'd appreciate it. You have a great day. God bless you, and I'm praying for you.